So there's this social media platform that I've been hearing about on and off for years. I'm on enough social media that I really wasn't that interested. But the more and more I hear about it, and the more and more I hear people making money and being able to write and get customers and get subscribers and get people that are paying money to consume their writings, the more I'm interested in it. And if you're not interested in writing books or writing, you do low content, no content books, stick around because you can be involved in this as well. So before I tell you what this platform is and tell you a little bit more about it and what I'm just now finding out, let me know down in the comments if you're interested in finding a way that you can actually make more money with your books, with writing, and finding another audience, finding additional ways to broaden your reach and broaden your brand. If you're interested, let me know down in the comments. Just say interested. Now, with that, let me tell you what the platform is. And many of you are going to tell me, Keith, I've already heard about this one, but I'm going to actually share with you not only the name of it and what it is, because like I said, I've been hearing about it for years, but I really didn't pay too much attention. But when I hear how much people are making and how easy it is and how it can actually be easier and not take up a lot of your time, then I really felt that I had to share it with my audience. The name of the platform is Substack. Now, like I said, you might be saying, Keith, I've already heard about Substack. You might even be saying, Keith, I'm already on Substack. Well, regardless, I'm going to share with you what it is for those people who don't know. And for those who do know what it is, you can jump ahead. There's a timestamp below where I'll show you how you can actually make more money, how you can, if you're not seeing success on Substack, what you can do to actually kind of get ahead of the curve. So this is Substack. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go into great detail on it, but basically people are writing on it. And I wanted to learn more about what it was. And so I just went on the old Googles and I did a Google search of what is Substack. And so this is what I got. Substack is a platform that allows writers, podcasters, and other content creators to publish newsletters, podcasts, and other content with a focus on building direct relationships with subscribers and monetizing their work through subscriptions. That's right, monetizing your work, getting paid for what you're doing. It's essentially a simplified publishing platform that provides the tools for creating and distributing content while also offering features for building a community and engaging with readers. And then here's some, again, this is all generated by AI, but some of the key features and functionality. One of the things that many of you, especially many of you that are in the United States, might care about is this platform is based in San Francisco, California. So it's based in the United States. Personally, I don't necessarily care where it's located, but I know for many people right now in the day and age we live in, they feel more comfortable if it's in the United States. If that's you, if you care more about that, Substack is based out of San Francisco, California. The main point is not only can you have additional ways to monetize your content, but they give you access to the actual data of your subscribers. Right here, Substack gives creators full ownership of their subscriber data. Amazon doesn't do that. The other platforms don't do that. You're getting this information. And again, you can monetize. So that's the platform. This is why you might be interested in it. But here's the problem. If you're like me, you're interested in doing something like this. You're interested in trying something out, trying something that can help broaden your reach, help get more people interested in you and make more money. But you, one, may not know the platform, and two, don't have the time to learn it. That is where the secret sauce that I'm going to share with you right now, that's where this comes in. My buddy, Ken Bluttman, the guy who came up with Puzzle Book Mastery and all those amazing puzzle software and trivia book software and all that other stuff that I've shared with you on this channel, he come up with this one. It's called Stacked. And this is not a software. It is a course. It is a course that introduces you to the nuts and bolts of Stacked. It removes all of the learning curve. You go through, and I'm going to show you what's included in the course, but you go through and he's going to show you what really matters, how you make the money. And if you're worried about writing, you don't even have to write long content. You don't have to write these big epic novels. This is just something that you're going to go in and just like think of mini blog posts, but there's more than that. There's actually 3 different ways that you can get monetized. And Ken covers that in this course called Stacked. I'm just going to go through it real quick. This is what's included on the homepage. You're going to get just an overview of what Substack is, how you can use it to generate emails, get an email list. We always talk about how email lists are so important. you can start that, get that information, and get those people on your email list using Substack. But there's way more than that. So again, you get the getting started, and it's multiple parts where he literally walks you through creating a Substack account, taking you through step by step, figuring out what kind of niche you want to be. You really take whatever topic you are knowledgeable about that you feel like you can write about. Again, you don't have to write a lot about it, but the amount of people that are seeing success very early on without even being on the platform for long and making money from it is pretty impressive. All right. So then we're moving on to setting up your newsletter. Then we're moving on to getting welcome emails. When you start writing things on Substack, people can actually subscribe to you. There's going to be a welcome email that they get just from clicking subscribe. And then, we talk about having newsletters and things like that help, give you the one-on-one with that customer and getting them to know, like, and trust you better. And you can do that all here within Substack. So again, this talks about the welcome email that they get when they click the little subscribe button and they subscribe to your newsletter. Here's setting up your newsletter within Stacked. So you can, again, that's what this video is all about. So one of the big things in Substack are the posts, creating posts, just like I create posts on social media, whether it's, Facebook, or you create posts on YouTube, whatever. So you create posts, right? And so this tells you all about posts, how to create a post, and takes you step by step through it. But one of the big things that's really makes it stand out, makes Substack stand out over some of the other platforms, and to really get viral, what people are really the most interested in. Think of it as the equivalent of shorts for YouTube or reels for other social media platforms, are the notes. And so this video is going to explain to you what notes are, what Substack notes are, and how you can utilize them to get people to go and subscribe to you, to purchase your products. And again, just to get more of a one-on-one relationship with your customer, with your new customer. All the other platforms, I tell you, get someone on Amazon, they buy your book on Amazon, they're Amazon's customer, they're not really your customer unless you get their newsletter. These people can subscribe on Substack to be your customer. And again, this particular module tells you all about creating those Substack notes and how important they are. One of the most important things when it comes to any social media, any business is you want to know how to make money, right? And so in this particular module, he shares with you how to monetize it. And like I said, there's 3 different ways that you can monetize your content. You can monetize your Substack platform. The next module is all about just some success stories. So he goes through and just shares with you people that are seeing success doing it. And like I said, different ways that you can make money using it. So one of the ways is by sending people to your other content. Sending them to, creating something on Gumroad and selling it there, and then using Substack to direct them to your Gumroad page or whatever. And so again, those are all covered in the monetization module. In the success stories, you hear about people, or you read about people who are actually seeing success doing that kind of stuff, making good amount of money, all just from using a social media platform. But Substack, unlike other social media platforms, they're here to read what you write, and they can, you can say what your topics are. And so people will see it just like a feed that you see on TikTok or any other social media where you get that feed. You're going to get feeds based on topics and people that you subscribe to, that you are interested in. And you can grow an audience so much faster, and they're so much more engaged than they are on some other social media platforms. And so you might be saying, Keith, I do puzzle books. I'm not interested in writing. Okay, great. But you can write about puzzle books, right? You can write about what you're interested in, and people who are also interested in that can follow you, can subscribe. Therefore, you can lead them to maybe you've got a shorter version of your puzzle book and you're selling it on Gumroad. You can direct them from Substack to Gumroad and make money that way. Like I said, that's only one of the 3 ways that you can make money and get monetized through Substack. But again, those are, so you got the monetization, you got the success stories. And then if you decide that you want to get stacked, you want to get the front end offer, then there are going to be 2 upgrades if you want. You don't have to get them, but if you do, and they are what they call extra packs. So the first thing you're going to get if you get the first upgrade is you're going to get 500 done for you notes. Like I said, the notes that's kind of like the what gets people to go viral. That's kind of like the shorts as and reels when it comes to other platforms. You're going to get 500 done for you notes already created. Use that using the chat feature, going live, starting a podcast if you want to do that on Substack, building out your Substack public blog. All of that is included in that first upgrade. And then in the second upgrade, if you decide to do that, the second method shows you the best method for monetization when it comes to Substack. And that is by driving users, driving traffic to your offer. This upsell is step-by-step training on creating your own digital product. And it can be as easy as using AI, how to list it for sale on Gumroad, like I talked about earlier, and setting up your Substack account to drive traffic to that particular product. The point is, it's not supposed to take you a lot of time. You might want to go into Substack, daily and post, some notes, or, do a few posts, just something quick. It doesn't have to be epic writing. And if you want to create something very quick, very easy, even using AI and creating a product and selling it on Gumroad, the second upgrade will take you step by step on creating that website and the blogs and creating the products, which is right down here, the product release training, and how to create your own digital products, niche selection, all of that good stuff. Gumroad overview, all of that is included in that second upgrade. So if you want to check out and learn more about Stacked, you can head on over to kwheelerbooks.com/stacked. But regardless of whether you want to purchase that product or not, or even learn more about it, I definitely suggest you at least look into creating a Substack account. It's just another platform that you can be on and get more potential customers, more people familiar with you and your brand. And they're engaged users, so you can write just very minimal, like I said, it doesn't have to be epic novels, it doesn't have to be stories. It can just be about stories. It can be about your story. Getting people engaged in your content, getting them to subscribe, getting them to follow you. Again, a broader audience. And the fact that this is within a platform that gives you data about these people, unlike other social media platforms that are out there. And again, if it matters to you, the fact that they are based out of the United States, based out of California, well, then that's just an added bonus. Now, not too long ago, I actually shared with you another platform where you can make more money. You can grow a bigger audience, a broader audience, a more engaging audience, and that is with YouTube. I've got a video right here where I talk about YouTube for books. Regardless of what kind of content you create, that video could be for you. Now, if you've already seen that, or maybe you're not interested in that, YouTube says that this video right here is perfect for you. So I'll catch you inside one of these videos. And remember, as always, to write right.